Hello, clever people, and welcome to my review for The Mule. So The Mule is directed and written by, oh no, not written by, but it's just directed and stars Clint Eastwood, written by some other people, and it follows the story of an 80-year-old guy whose flower selling business goes out of sale due to the internet, and he has to make money somehow, so he gets money being a drug mule and selling drugs for the cartel. And in doing so, he tries to give his family money and tries to make up for the years and years of neglect that he gave them and tries to make up for the old ways that he used to live. So The Mule is kind of like a random movie. It feels really weird and kind of surreal that this movie exists. And I know it's weird to open a review by saying that, but let me explain. What I mean by that is that it's really weird that this movie is just out there because it's a Clint Eastwood movie, but it was released around Christmas time, but it's not really about family. It is about family, but it's not like a Christmassy movie. It's released in Oscar season, but it's not really going for any Oscars. It's just kind of like just a Clint Eastwood movie, just a random movie that he wanted to make, that a random person gave him money for, that has no effect on anything, and is just coming out to make money. And I'm fine with that. I mean, I still don't really know who this movie's target demographic is, but it's clearly making money, so it's doing fine on its own. I think that The Mule it's just an alright movie. I didn't have much expectations going in, and I mean, I came out not really caring all that much, I guess. I think that this is a movie that has a lot of faults and feels very old-timey. I think that what Clint Eastwood wanted to make with this movie was a movie about redemption, a movie about making up for yourself in your twilight years of life and trying to be a better person, but it kind of gets lost with the whole drug cartel thing for a big chunk of the movie. I'd say that this movie, usually the split that you want is that the beginning is 25%, middle is 50%, ending is 25%. This movie feels a lot like it's like 15% beginning, 10% ending, and 75% middle. And for most of the middle, it's just about him and the drug cartel, and his family rarely gets involved in it. And in the beginning and the end, his family is heavily involved. You kind of see what the theme of the movie is, but they did not spend enough time on his family. It just spent more time on him working for the drug cartel, dancing with younger women, insulting kids for using their technology too much, using racial slurs, treating women in harsh ways, and that's what I mean by this movie being old-timey. The women in the movie are only ever seen as wives or, sisters or daughters, or for their bodies. That's the only way that women are seen. They are seen in family roles or sexually. There's like one scene where a woman is sitting in a business meeting, and that's it. That's as much as women get in this movie. And that's really, really sad because that's not what you really see in Hollywood anymore. And it just makes, Clint Eastwood look like some old racist and some old sexist. And he deserves better than that. I mean, even if he is racist and sexist, he's a product of his time. That's not excusing it at all. But I think that he is a very strong filmmaker, and I think he's a very strong actor. And I think that my generation shouldn't go and see this movie and then only think of him as the guy that made the random movie where he was sexist and racist in it. And I don't know why nobody else in the movie tried to stop him from having that in it. I just don't really get it. But in terms of filmmaking, The Mule is alright. My biggest problem was what I said about the middle chunk of the movie, but I mean, the acting is serviceable, the directing is serviceable, everything about this movie is just serviceable. It doesn't go up anything, it doesn't really do anything to be memorable or special. It's a very forgettable movie, but I enjoyed watching The Mule. I think it was fun. I think it was a little long, but in the end, I enjoyed The Mule. I'm just conflicted about its themes. I'm conflicted about the fact that Clint Eastwood wrote in a scene where he had sex with two younger women. It's just weird stuff like that throughout. But in the end, I liked it. I just think that it's problematic. I will give The Mule a 6 out of 10. Alright, that concludes my review for The Mule. So, what are your thoughts on this film, or what is your favorite Clint Eastwood movie? Comment in the comment section below and let me know. I'm Robert Burke, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.